liked what I was doing. I liked work. But little did I think it would go this far.
Katherine Johnson.
Katherine G. Johnson.
Katherine Johnson.
Liftoff, the clock has started.
Mathematics was the basis of the whole thing.
You graduated from high school at 14, college at 18. Everybody knew you had a big old brain on you by that time.
But I didn't know
But
it.
you didn't know it.
Man, you're either right or you're wrong. That I liked about it.
She always loved numbers. The professor said, I think you'd make a good math researcher. She said, well, what's that? He said, well, that's for you to find out. That was her dream.
Katherine Johnson found her way to Hampton, Virginia, and there is NASA.
NASA was hiring black mathematicians. Just opened it up to women. I was finally going to find out what a research mathematician did.
Those women took a seat, and that changed our country.
Katherine Johnson was a trailblazer. She became what was known then as a computer or a calculator or a human computer.
Courage is just one of many words that describe this woman. Being the first woman in a room of all white men at a time when that was not popular. The courage to even walk in that room with your head held high. I don't think many people could do that.
When I think about my experiences and those of Katherine Johnson, I am completely in awe. She overcame so much more overt prejudice, so many more challenges than I was ever faced with.
In 1957, when the Russians launched the Sputnik satellite, the space race then became her job. Calculating trajectories for Mercury missions and Project Apollo.
Katherine Johnson was so good at what she did, they needed her as an engineer.
When they had briefings, I asked permission to go. And they said, well, the girls don't usually go. And I said, well, is there a law? I began attending the briefings, and gradually I did more.
The Eagle has landed.
When they were leaving the moon, going back, that was the part that I worried about. They should be exactly correct on that. And I was sitting there hoping I'm right, too.
Without mathematicians, those great moments wouldn't have happened.
In her 33 years at NASA, Katherine was a pioneer who broke the barriers of race and gender. Everyone can excel in math and science and reach for the stars.
Katherine often remarked that even though there were medals and awards and so many things that she received and honors, her favorite thing to receive were letters from children.
Katherine Johnson has taught me not to let anyone bring me down and that women are capable of doing anything they want to do. Katherine Johnson has taught me to believe in myself and my kids.
Everyday Americans need a champion, and I want to be that champion.
Women are making history every day, as this list demonstrates. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 firsts for women in history. Number 10, first female American Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright.
Is that your grandma?
Yeah. Madeleine Albright.
That's her name? I usually just call mine Nana.
No, that's Madeleine Albright. First female Secretary of State.
In her early childhood, Madeleine Albright's father worked for the Czech government. The family eventually fled to the United States for political reasons, and this early personal indoctrination into foreign political power fueled her own career. 39 years of age and the mother of 3 children before she held a government job, which was as chief legal assistant to U.S. Senator Ed Muskie, Albright got a bit of a late start.
You know how we all are. You want to get the feeling of the room, and do people like me, and will I really say something intelligent?
But she ultimately made up for lost time, and her impact on American and global history is intense and undeniable. In 1993, she became the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations and then the first ever female Secretary of State. This committed woman is still active in politics today.
Never, ever occurred to me that I could be Secretary of State.
Number 9, first woman to win a Pulitzer Prize for fiction, Edith Wharton. Her novels include The Touchstone, The House of Mirth, and of course the Pulitzer Prize-winning The Age of Innocence. Edith Wharton's funny and complex psychological writing often deals with the upper classes in the United States, of which she had intimate knowledge, being from a wealthy New York family. Those sisters Laura E. Richards and Maud Howe Elliott won a Pulitzer Prize for biography in 1917, Sarah Tisdale won a Pulitzer Prize for poetry in 1918, and Zona Gale won the Pulitzer Prize for drama in 1921. Wharton would be the first woman to win the Pulitzer for literature and fiction, and was also nominated 3 times for the Nobel Prize in Literature.
She was reading across genres, really of a racial